That sounds terrible coming from me because that means they're going to be like 10 seconds ahead of everyone.
Grr, no, okay. I love you, Adrian Newey, but I hope that your calculations fail this year.
You're not
Sorry.
perfect, sir. You're not perfect.
Exactly.
Welcome back to Beyond the Formula. I'm Casey, and we're here to talk about all the black we've seen in the last 2 weeks because
I'm Kimi, and we're here to talk about the carbon fiber. Yeah, not even just black, it's just carbon fiber everywhere. What is going on in the world of F1? I can't
I
believe it.
mean, I feel like women have weight problems, but F1 has more weight
Kind of reminds me of the McLaren suit as well. Are they trying to weight save on that also?
problems.
Because, like, the big black stripes, sorry, what is that? Their livery is nice, though. I do like it.
Yeah, yeah, I have to say, like, it's everything that I expected from them, though. I was expecting a little more, and then they gave us like something to be expected, unlike steak, because steak, I did not expect that. I don't know why in my head I was expecting something red because of steak, probably steak's red.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I don't know. I'm not used to the steak livery yet because I just feel like the green, like I really like green. It's one of my favorite colors, but that shade of green in particular, I don't know. I don't like it.
It's
I'm
definitely a
not used to it.
racing green. It's a racing
Mm,
green. And I understand like that's kick, right? That's what it's called. Kick's
yeah.
logo. But
Yes.
it for me it was interesting that it's called steak, but then they're using Kick's
Yeah.
collar. Because I was like,
Exactly.
maybe I was like, that doesn't really why don't we just call it Kick? Although I think
Yeah.
they might be calling it Kick because of that lawsuit that's going
Oh,
on with
yeah.
something
In
about like
Switzerland, right? They don't have like a license to trade or something like that. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. How do you not look at these things before you have your majority stakeholder, go into your
stakeholder.
name? Yeah, literally.
No pun intended. But didn't they use the word steak last year? So why didn't they know last year? That's my thing. I
Exactly.
was like, is it
Nothing
because it
makes
was Alfa
sense.
Romeo and nobody cared? And they were just like a
Yeah.
smaller sponsor. They weren't like the main sponsor on the team. I don't. It was
Who
so
knows?
confusing to me.
But last year their
Oh,
name was Alfa Romeo Chick Sauber.
is that what
How?
it was? How you have a great memory
Something
because
like that, I think.
I don't even remember my favorite team's name. I'm like Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes. Is it Petronas Mercedes? Mercedes Petronas AMG Formula One team? Like I still don't
That
know it,
video
and I guess I don't
game.
have to, so I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, not anymore because it's just Scuderia Ferrari next year.
That
So
is
that's all
true.
that
That
matters.
is true.
But
Which you
for the
need to help
record,
me pronounce that properly too, though.
yes, yes, we'll work on that. Part of our next lesson. But also,
Yes.
it is Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula One team, or Petronas, depending on. I think I've started saying Petronas now because of the way that Lewis and George say it, but I used to say Petronas. I don't know.
I always say Patronus green, so I always thought it was
Yeah.
Patronus. So
Well,
what'd you think
Patronus,
about
Harry Potter.
theirs?
Oh, I loved it. I love that livery. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. And I've said this, and I'm a bit delulu, but I've said that, Lewis started his career driving a Silver Arrow, won a championship, multiple championships in Silver Arrows, and now his last car, he created history in the black Mercedes with his seventh championship. And now it's kind of like both of his legacies are forming into one. And I see the vision. I've been told that it wasn't that, but I'm going to choose to believe that it is.
Well, they did have that style a few years ago. I can't remember when, but there was like
Mhm.
a fade or like those two
Yeah.
colors mixed. But I like it. I like it. I am like it is exactly what you said it was. Like I thought the same thing. I was like, "Oh, we're doing a tribute to Lewis," even though they took away the neon color, which I'm just like,
Oh,
that's how I knew it was Lewis's car.
yeah.
Like the neon, I could see it from far away. And
Yeah.
then I don't know if you saw my video, somebody I said, I was talking about it and somebody commented, "Oh, they probably don't care to highlight Lewis anymore." And I was like, touche, fair
Heartbreak.
enough.
Yeah. Heartbreak, but true. I mean, I don't see much focus going into Lewis this year, which really sucks. But, you make your bed, you lay in it. But it's a great bed to be in.
I mean, it is a pretty car. It
Yeah.
is. But I am wearing, I don't know if you can tell what I'm wearing. I know it looks black because I thought, well, it's kind of tribute because everything almost looks black.
Yeah,
But Williams, I'm paying tribute to Williams because that is my favorite livery.
I love,
So
yes. And you do love
that's my
Ed.
thing.
Shout out to Ed because he's
Yes.
done an amazing job on that
Yes,
car. The livery is stunning.
absolutely. A lot of people are like, oh, but it's black. I was like, no, no, look close. It's not black. It's not
It's
black.
almost black,
Um,
just like the
he's
dress.
like,
Perfect.
he's like, just kidding. Look closely.
Gotcha.
Check out the details. We're
I love
different.
it.
We're different.
I agree with you. It's in my top three, but it's really funny that you came dressed in an almost black, I mean, almost blue dress,
Yes.
or it is blue, it's almost black,
Do that.
to honor Williams because I came dressed in a red dress because Ferrari's my favorite
Ah,
livery.
I
I
almost
can't
picked
believe that.
Ferrari.
I was like, we're going to talk about liveries. I've got to rep. I've got to represent them. I
It's
love
it,
that car.
it's funny how our brains work. Like we don't even talk. Like just so you guys know, we don't try to talk about anything that we're talking
Literally.
about on here, except for when it's like Lewis Hamilton's going to Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. That's probably, otherwise, we're just talking about random stuff half the time.
Exactly, exactly. The fact that we both picked outfits to resemble our favorite livery is so
Our
us, guys.
brainwaves, our brainwaves
That's
are just from halfway across the world, stunning. But speaking of the Ferrari car, I love her.
yes,
I love the way that they've honored the Le Mans car. And it's just, I think that initially I thought that the red and the yellow was giving McDonald's, Ronald McDonald.
yes.
But
That's what
now
I
I'm like,
thought.
it blends so perfectly. And even their sponsorship placement feels intentional. Everything on that car just looks gorgeous. And I love her. I think she's stunning.
I have to say, like, I was a bit, I don't like the race suits. I don't really like that color. It feels like a throwback, sort of. Like,
Yeah.
But then when I saw the car, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. And then there's like a little carbon fiber. They did like a little carbon
Yeah.
fiber out on the top. And I was like, all right, pay tribute to the rest of the teams. Like, thank you,
Exactly.
thank you, thank
Exactly.
you.
We
But
love
I have
that.
to say, it's growing on me day by day. But I think that's just me coming to terms with I have to be a Ferrari fan from now on. So I have to like appreciate them a little more
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
everything that happens. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, I see. Okay, I understand. I understand. Even though my favorite color is black, technically,
We'll
it's not
make
a
it work.
color,
There's some
but
carbon fiber, you know? It's working. It's working. They've honored you some in some form, you know. I really like the race suits. I'm surprised you don't like them. I love the names on the bottom. I love the names on the back. What did I not like about it?
I didn't like the color combination. I think that's what it is. But I also really loved the race suits from last year, how it was like the black
Yeah.
and the black little patch with the number on like the hip or the upper thigh, because you know,
Yeah.
things on a man's upper thigh is kind of a
Yeah.
turn on.
Wink, wink.
So I think it's because I loved last year so much that I was just like, okay.
It's not her, you know. I get you. I
Yeah.
get you. I hate the fireproofs though. Bring back the black fireproofs, people. Why
But
did we
here's
get
the
rid of them?
thing. I can tell you because I know this because when I was in Coda, I was talking to someone at Mercedes and they were saying that because I was talking about what was it, Qatar and how hot it was and how
Mhm.
like how did you feel about it? And they're like, oh, well, it was really bad. And that's why everybody's going to start shifting to white because white actually absorbs less heat. So in those
Yeah.
situations, their body temperatures are actually lower because of it's
Damn.
not black, which is so interesting to me. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so no more black Mercedes race suits or anything. Let's do teal or Patronus
Yes.
green.
Ooh.
But I don't think they did that. But you did you watch you watched the funeral? How was the
I
funeral?
did.
Like
Yeah,
we
it
skipped
was
over
it
that to
was
talk
like a
about
funeral. All
Mercedes.
I have to say is that Lewis Hamilton is so well media trained because they tried to ask him about his move and he completely shifted the question in a way that you wouldn't think that he was. He was just talking about like, I just want to focus on this year and you know, this car is going to be great and blah blah blah. He just totally didn't even talk about it, which I was like, Lewis, I see you, but it was literally 5 minutes long. They didn't even unveil the car. The car was already there. The three of them were just standing behind it, and then the presenter was at the front. And then they just spoke for 5 minutes. It was George's birthday. I don't even think they said happy birthday to George. Oh wait, no, maybe his birthday was 2 days after that, but they didn't even allude to, we're about to celebrate George or anything like that. It was
Oh
just,
my
this is
God.
our car. Yeah, what do you think of it? We're gonna go drive it maybe for one lap because it's raining. And I was like, what is this?
Oh my God, yeah, because I was sleeping and I was just like, yeah, I don't know that it's gonna be like something amazing or something great I want to watch anyway, because it's gonna be super awkward.
Hmm.
And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. But I feel like a lot of teams didn't do like super elaborate
Mm,
events, because even when I watched Williams, which I was like super excited, they're going to New York, they were pumping everything up, it was all pre-recorded and I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay, so okay, it's a video that had been recorded, and I mean they had junior drivers and Jamie Chadwick and stuff like that,
Hmm.
which was great, but I
Yep.
was expecting like, I don't know, something less less like um orchestrated and
Scripted.
something a
Yeah.
little more
Mm,
like, even I messaged Haas, we can talk to Haas, and I was like, hey, if you need like a host for your car reveal, and they're like, and he was like, oh no, we're just like posting something online. I was like, oh,
sweet. Like, cool if that's what you
I
want
mean,
to do. I
nothing really
mean,
changed on that car
exactly.
either. It wasn't, I mean, it's a pretty car. I'm glad
Hmm.
it's not, even though it's an American brand, it's not red,
Yeah.
white, and blue like it was back when the Russians owned it, which is
Oh
super,
my
super
God.
weird to me. Because when the Russians owned it, yes, that's their flag color too. But
Yeah,
now that
exactly.
the Americans own it, like it's has no
Yeah.
red, white, and blue on it. But
V-carb actually looks more American than they do.
yeah,
Which, by the way, I do like V-carb's livery and the ode to Toro Rosso.
yes,
If you're gonna change your name to Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, and then give us a Toro Rosso livery, why not just go back to Toro Rosso? Visa
right.
Cash App Toro Rosso.
I'm telling
Bring
you,
it
that was
back.
an AI generated. They were like, listen, everybody likes this livery, but this is our brand. This is our new name, and this is our new logo. Can you like throw something together? Because I'm fully convinced everything about this was like AI generated, and maybe it was someone that's in the creative space that generated through AI, because the pictures were so uninspiring. I know the race suits are like nice. I like that they're white and
Yeah.
clean, and it's going to definitely help with the heat thing. But like the insane asylum vibe in the background, where they look like that they
What
were
was
like
that?
in a hospital, I was like,
It literally did look like they were about to be hospitalized because the clean white suits and then the whole aseptic background. I was like, what? Sorry. But the race suits I do think that they look really nice. I don't know if it's just the fact that Daniel Ricciardo is wearing it, but hubba hubba, if you
I
know what
mean,
I mean.
you can say that, but Yuki was slaying like that
Oh, Yuki
whole like
was the whole
I
weekend.
was like,
His outfit, when Hugo Boss styled him, I was like, excuse me, Yuki? Excuse me, sir?
yes,
Where did this sleigh come
yes,
from? Amna looked great as well. People
yes,
came for me because I was like, I only love the way that Yuki looks in this photo. I was like, yeah, Daniel, you look great, but I didn't say anything about Amna. But I agree, everybody. She did
yes,
look stunning, and Hugo
yes,
Boss
she
styled
did,
them
she
all
did.
perfectly.
But clearly they didn't have anything to do with the like the styling of the shoot for the
No.
race suits, because I was like the race suits would be so cool with like, I don't know, some type of background that's not hospital vibes.
Yeah.
And everybody, yes, there are a lot of people are like, oh, I love the Toro Rosso, but as a creative myself, I'm like, I want to see something new. I get it that the name is so uninspiring that you're just going to go back to the best livery design that we've seen from them,
Mhm.
but I was just hoping like, I honestly expected like it to be green, because Cash App is like a green money sign, right? Like that's
Yeah.
their, and I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna look green. And I was so wrong, because there's zero green on that car.
And you know how I was saying that Ferrari's sponsorship placement felt intentional? Their
Hmm.
sponsorship placement did not feel intentional. It's just like they slapped everything on there. So I agree with you. It probably was AI generated, but
That I
the
was like,
AI
that's
didn't do a very
AI.
good job because it was just like this. Like Cash App is their main sponsor, but only has a small logo, and Hugo Boss is larger. I don't get that, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But I did like, that takes me back to like the photo that I saw of Yuki, and they have Hugo on the side. And all
Yeah.
I could see, I couldn't see the O or whatever, whatever it was. I could just see hug. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Yuki probably does need a hug. And
No.
somebody was like, no, no, it says Hugo. And I was like, oh my God.
Shit.
But Yuki, if you need a hug, we'll hug
Yeah,
you.
we'll give you a hug, no problems, my little
The
friend.
but the least surprising, what was your least surprising livery?
Let me think about this.
I
Oh,
can share
I can tell
mine.
you what my
Can I?
most surprising was because I was
What?
duped, I was bamboozled, I was lied to by Alpine. Oh, I'm so mad at them. I'm
Pink,
so
y'all.
mad.
Pink. This is pink. This
How
is pink.
exactly? Come on. We want a pink car. We spoke about this last time and we're like without in our episode with Sophie and we were saying we hope that they give us a Barbie girl car. How cool would that be
Yes,
if they're giving us all these pink camo snippets? And the
I
pink
know.
camo was not even on the
Even on the
car.
car.
Like it's not that well camouflaged. It's just not there. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. No, and I was just like, because I was watching, I watched that. That was like one of the first ones that launched, I think. So I watched like the whole thing and it was pretty long and they had like Mick there and I was like, cool, let's check this
Yeah.
out. And then they showed the one that's mostly black with blue. And then whoever was hosting it, I forget who, but she was like, oh, are you going to give us some pink? And they're like,
Naomi
yeah, we're going
Schiff.
to give you, I don't think it was Naomi. I think it was a
I would
Sky,
imagine.
I think it was someone from Sky Sports
Oh,
though.
okay.
And, and they're like, yeah, we're going to give you a pink one. And then that's when they like went on. And eventually I was like, wait, I thought this was the same car that we just saw. Like,
Literally.
just give us a full-on pink car. And you know what? Do it at Monaco because it doesn't matter how fast the car is because
Exactly.
it you're not going to BP 1, 2, or 3. I don't think. Sorry, guys. No shade, but like,
Yeah.
and then whatever place you get in qualifying, it's not like the speed matters because it's just like a fast train of cars because you can't pass at Monaco. So
But
like, give
wasn't
us a
S
pink.
in Monaco last year?
But I think he qualified there. Yeah, but yeah.
Got
Okay,
ya.
maybe.
But yes,
But
I
again,
agree that they should give us a fully pink car.
yeah, like just
If we're
make
gonna
it
call Esteban Esty Bestie, and that's gonna be his brand, give him a pink car.
get bright pink, bright pink. We want like 3 shades of pink. I think they do have like 3 shades of pink in that little section.
Exactly.
Like make the whole car like that. One
And there's
race
no
isn't going to
shame
hurt
in
you.
pink.
I mean, your
There's
car broke down like 50% of the time last year. So
literally there's no shame in pink. McLaren's already gonna outdo you. There's no fight left there.
yeah,
Unless you give us something insane in 2024, which I would love to see it because I do
I
love Esteban and Pierre and I want great things for them.
yeah.
But I mean,
If
like,
you're a gambling girl, you're not putting money on them.
yeah, no, no. Thank God I don't gamble. Oh my goodness.
But I do make a few bets from time to time.
I don't think
But
I've
my
ever bet
you
on
never get
Esteban.
you.
I mean,
I've
I've
never.
gambled before, but
Have you ever? Did you have a fantasy team ever?
ooh, no, I haven't.
Ooh, so this year, guys, we're gonna get Kimmy on the fantasy league. Last year I started and then I kept forgetting because you have to do it before qualifying. And the
Yeah.
time change is so messed up that I would
Uh,
just like forget.
yeah.
And so I was like almost in last place in my league, I think. It wasn't great. But we'll start another one.
Yes, you can teach
We'll
me
keep
because I don't
and we'll
know. I don't know how a fantasy league works. Like, am I just putting in every week? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I wasn't really sure. And last year they changed a lot. And I think this year they might have changed a little bit. And we'll just have to make an episode on us trying to figure out how to use it. But you
Yeah,
do
perfect.
have to change it and you can get like bonus points and stuff like that. And you can like, again, we'll read through the rules one day.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like a good
But,
time. I'm there. I'm always there for a good time. You guys know that. So, yeah, I'll
but
be there with bells
the
on.
most least surprising for me was, of course, Red Bull because it always looks the same. Like
Always.
I appreciate them. I appreciate them. I will
Yeah.
say they're the most predictable team. We know it's
Yeah.
gonna look the same. Although the design was different and looked more like Mercedes from last year
Yeah.
because Adrian Newey had that notebook out. I remember seeing like lots of pictures of like, oh, I could fix her, with his little red notebook. I don't know if you saw that meme from last year,
I
but
didn't.
somebody reposted after they showed the car that it looked like it they took elements from the W14.
Why,
And I
why
was
would you want to
like,
take anything from the W14? If you ask me, I would not
I
take anything from
mean,
that car.
if
Sorry,
there's
Mercedes,
one
I love
man,
you, but
if there's one man I trust to do that though, it is
Adrian Newey.
Adrian Newey.
He is a mastermind. The man is just insane. He's a machine. He's like a robot. I don't know how, like, firstly, being an aerodynamicist is mind blowing, like big
Yes.
brain. But then to do it as well as he does it, stunning. I'd
And
never be
have
me.
have you have you read his book?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't read it. I've listened to it like two or three times, and
Mm.
I like it's just incredible. Like his story is very inspiring because he wasn't a kid that did well in school, and like
Oh,
he's famously, him and Jeremy Clarkson got kicked out of school. They went to the same school, and it's just like shows you that it doesn't matter if you're really good at something and the world tells you you're not good at traditional things, like don't let that stop you, because this man
exactly.
is the best that Formula One has ever seen. So I
Yeah.
have hope. I have hope. It's as I have hope that that he knows what he's doing. That sounds terrible coming from me because that means they're going to be like 10 seconds ahead of everyone.
Grr, no, okay. I love you, Adrian Newey, but I hope that your calculations fail this year.
You're not
Sorry.
perfect, sir. You're not perfect.
Exactly. We got to bring you down a level. We got to humble you a little bit, okay? All right?
Mercedes tricked you. Mercedes tricked
Exactly.
you. They were
Exactly.
just completely clueless, had no idea what was going on, and was throwing things against the wall. And you said, "Oh, that looks really cool. So let me try it." They must be onto something.
Let's
Wrong,
hope they
sir.
lied. Exactly. Let's hope they lied. But also, speaking of memes, I saw the most hilarious meme. It was like, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this old guy who receives the same shirt for Christmas every year. And it
No, I
was
haven't seen
like,
that.
he was holding a photo of him in the shirt. He was wearing the shirt and he received a new one for Christmas as
Oh
well.
my God.
And someone was like, the Red Bull livery every single year. And I was like, yes.
Facts, facts, facts. I
Like they
mean,
spice it up a little bit, but
at least it's not ugly. I think it is
yeah,
very pretty. You know, it could be
yes.
like the Red Bull placement of the bull is very like makes sense. And
Hmm.
I mean, I don't even know what other sponsors they have, to be honest with you, because I just feel like it's Red Bull. But
Yeah,
everything just makes sense on the car. It's not like
it's logical,
uh yeah, it's not like Visa Cash App. It's not like just thrown on there.
literally.
Also, I want to go back to steak because I feel like they missed a big chance on that car to just right kick across the front wing. It's like neon. I think it's
Yeah,
neon, right? It's
yeah,
neon. And I was like, it's so bright. That was like the perfect place to put that logo.
yeah.
So there's a
Where did
free
they
one
put
for
the?
you.
Where did they put the K? Is it not on the
I
front?
don't, maybe it's on like the front
But
part,
I
like
think
in
it's
the
just the
middle.
K, not like the whole name. I was like, why not put the
Yeah.
whole name on there?
Yeah.
But oh well.
They didn't pay enough, apparently. Their logo did
Yeah.
they didn't pay enough. Oh my God, like, is it there? No, I think it is just the game. I don't see it
One thing
anywhere
I will say about
actually.
that car is that it's going to look amazing during night races. Like
Yes.
it is going to pop off. I would pay good money
Yes.
to see that in Singapore or Abu Dhabi.
Yes. If we still have a Singapore race, which we
Oh
can
my
talk about
God.
later, because that is like the race that I've always dreamt of going to, and now I can't. And now I will go. They changed the schedule. It's
Yes.
in earlier in the year, right? I think it's earlier in the year.
When
It's
I
usually
went,
in
it
the
was, yeah, when I went, it was in
towards the end.
September. When have they
Yeah.
changed it to? No, it's still in, it's in September this year
Oh,
again.
Japan.
Yeah,
Japan
Japan's
is
earlier. Yeah,
sooner. That's
Japan's
what
on
it
our
is.
birthday weekend.
Yes, that's
And
right. I was
last
like, I know
year,
something changed.
yeah, and last year, Melbourne was on our birthday.
That's right. And
Yeah,
you went, right?
yes. And I was hoping and
Um,
praying that Lewis would win. I wanted that restart so badly. It never came, but that was a really good race to have on my
it
birthday.
was. It was a really good race. I was trying to go there and I was just like, I would have to sell a kidney to go to this race. Because I was planning to go to like all the other ones, Miami and all
Yeah.
this other stuff. And I was like, I can't.
My bank
I
account,
knew.
she cries.
I know.
If
And
anybody
let's
wants to
not.
sponsor us some flights and tickets, yes, please.
Yes, yeah,
Help
we're
some girls
open.
out for a
Yeah,
birthday
we're open.
present,
I mean, it is
please.
my 40th birthday. It's like the biggest birthday for the next
Exactly.
decade for me. So it would be
Come on,
great.
people.
Thank you.
Exactly.
We appreciate it in advance. We'll have you on the pod
Exactly.
if you want, or we won't even mention your name, whatever you want.
And I will give you this heart because I love you in advance, wherever you are.
Exactly. Yes, but as I'm looking at the liveries, I have to say we forgot one, and it is kind of forgettable, although it's pretty.
Who was
Aston
it?
Martin. It looks.
Oh my God. Because they barely did anything with it. Like, they just changed the shade of green. Like, there's not much that they can do. Like, what do they make it a bit
Right.
more
But in my head, I
tealish?
was like, did they change the shade or did they change the lighting?
Literally, literally, valid point. Like, what's different?
You talk
Nothing to
about
me.
Red Bull, it's been like years and years. And yes, the green is pretty. Like the green is
Yes, I
very
love
pretty.
Aston Martin green,
But
British racing green. I love
yes,
it.
British racing green. But I was just like, okay.
So
Yeah.
that's it, huh?
All right.
Literally, I was
Thanks.
like, oh, cool. Well, I'm glad I didn't waste my time watching that.
I know.
I'm
I
not
was
gonna lie, a lot of I only watched Mercedes and Ferrari. A lot of these, I was just like, it's too late at night, and everything's gonna be underwhelming if everybody's going in the same direction of just carbon fiber. I was like,
yeah. I
I'd
didn't
rather
even
get my sleep.
I did not watch Ferrari or Mercedes, funny enough. I watched Williams and Alpine.
Yeah,
And then
what two to pick? Love that.
after
Little
that,
guy rights.
well, actually, I did like because Haas was first, and I was like, oh, I want to see what they're gonna do.
Mm.
And then I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, that was just like showing the car. And then Williams was like, okay, pre-recorded, okay, and Alpine was live, and then they lied to us, and I was just like, oh,
I have trust
I'm
issues
done.
now. I shan't be
Yeah,
watching anymore. If they
I'm
want
not gonna
me
wake up
to
at 5
watch,
a.m.
literally, if they want me to watch, I'm gonna need to host it because then I'll be watching if I'm hosting. So if we're
Remember
hosting,
that. Remember
exactly.
that, guys.
Hot tip for you teams. If you want me to watch your car launches, let me be the host.
And I really firmly, well, what was McLaren's car launch? Because they already showed us everything beforehand.
They had a party. They just had a party and
Yeah,
then they just
yeah.
posted
Because I remember
videos.
them, they showed the car like way beforehand.
Yeah,
And then I remember Lando posting like gonna take her for a ride or something. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay. Like, yeah, something like that.
He was like my favorite
Hit,
Valentine, I think. Well,
yeah.
that sent the girls into a tailspin. All his ladies. Lando, I don't see what you do when you're on
Speaking of
vacation.
Lando, I did see his interview where they were asking him what's your thought about like the Lewis situation. Did you see that interview?
No, I haven't. Please enlighten
Oh,
me.
so I'm terrible with names. I can't remember his name. But they were somebody was interviewing Lando and Oscar and they asked and um Lando was like, "Oh, I was in a cave in like Thailand or Vietnam or something and I was gone for 4 days and we were on the van coming back and people turned on their phone and said like, "Oh, Lewis is going to Ferrari." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, right, whatever, whatever." And then eventually like he turned on his phone and was like, "Oh, shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's real.
happening. It's
Oh my
happening."
God. Imagine coming out of a cave and finding that out. I think I would pass out. Perhaps
Yeah.
Lando Norris has more composure than me because he gets to be in the same vicinity as Lewis
I
Hamilton all the time.
I feel like he screamed like a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
You know how like I've seen his Twitch streams and
Yeah.
stuff and how he gets like maybe he's matured a little bit, but I don't think so.
Please,
Because I
it's
remember him
Lando. I love you, Lando, but
recently he did the whole sad thing when he said it was his last time streaming. Did you see that joke? And I was like,
yes.
yeah, he screamed on that bus
Yeah.
and he's like,
He is such an interesting character. I do love him. I would love to party with him, actually. I would love to see what he's like at a
oh
party.
my God, we should invite him to our birthday to be our TJ.
Oh my God, yes. DJ
Oscar
Lando, whoop, whoop.
for Oscar and our
Yeah,
birthdays since they're like the same time.
exactly. I
That
mean,
would
it
be a
has to happen
party.
now. We've said it.
That
We've got to manifest it.
we've already manifested. It's in the stars. It's happening. It's
Exactly.
happening.
Lando's going to be at our
Lando,
birthday. We
be
start
there,
sending
be
out
square.
invites with DJ Lando on there, and everyone's like, really? And we're like, yep. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Lando hasn't confirmed anything.
you're like you have to show up now,
Yeah,
Lando.
we've told everybody that you're coming now, so you have to be
Exactly.
there. Exactly.
Exactly. It'll just be like in the lobby of the hotel that he's staying in.
We'll set up the
like
decks in the lobby.
exactly. We'll bring the lights.
Exactly. The hotel lobby would be like, oh my God, what's happening? The staff would be like, what's happening over here? And we're like, it's
I
our
was like,
birthday party.
yeah,
Lando's coming.
didn't McLaren tell you? Oh, you should probably talk to people in McLaren.
Did you not get an invite? Thought we invited everybody. God.
Yeah.
But in terms of liveries, I'd say my top three, mm, Ferrari, that's why I'm in red. Mercedes, because I love them. and Williams. Yep, that's my top
Yeah,
three.
I would say like we're way too much alike.
Yes.
My
Another
top
win for
one,
K squared.
yes. I would say Williams first,
Hmm.
but I also like put them at the top because I feel like they're going to bring like four more liveries this year that are going to
And you
be
know they're going to
fire.
be stunning. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that they're going to slay.
And we're going to get you on here, Mr. Scott, so you can like
Yes.
tell us, drop some little hints. And then I would say Mercedes because it's a tribute as much as they want to say it may not be. It's a tribute to Lewis. And then Ferrari.
Love.
I Ferrari's growing on me. Ferrari's
Yeah.
growing on me. And
Yes.
number four would be Red Bull because it's just classic. At this point, if they change it, I'm not going to be happy. Like, no, just keep it the
Yeah.
same. It's fine. Just keep it the same. Like,
Yeah.
just be the Ferrari livery with the cigarette company that was there
Marlboro.
for, yes.
Mm.
I feel like that
Why
was like a
mess with a good
standard.
thing?
Now, yeah,
Yeah.
it just it works. The styling where the bull is perfect. So not my favorite because it is the same, but
Yeah. Love it. I mean,
keep it the same.
I kind of had the same fourth because V Carb was my fourth. I'm going to ignore their unintentional placement of sponsors and say that I really like the colors and they look pretty. So yeah, basically, we both went with Red Bull for fourth
Yeah,
in some ways.
I
I'm
mean,
excited to see what V Carb bring this year, especially if they say that they're going to be use Red Bull's old design. I want to see what the V Carb can do.
I think that if they do that and they are very competitive, that all of the teams are going to be like, no,
No,
no, because they're developing at that point, like they've doubled their budget, right? Like
yeah,
they've essentially take the budget cap and just thrown it out the window because they
exactly.
can experiment on this car and that's not working, experiment on that car
Yeah,
and an experiment on everyone's car until it gets to max.
yeah. Um, it might be a good thing. Toto will be there with notes. I have it. I have it printed out. He'll be there again about why
Yes.
they can't copy each other. But I will say that, if the car doesn't slay, it's a good thing for me because then Daniel won't be on the podium and I won't have to do a shoey.
But don't you want to do a shoey
I
though?
want Daniel
Don't
to be on
you?
the podium. I really want him to. The shoey, maybe not, but, I just want to see Daniel Ricciardo happy.
Like, I feel like he's going to be happy whether he's on the podium or not, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy when I see you do a shoey. So Daniel Ricciardo get on the podium.
And I want you to be happy too. So, it's a win for everybody. If you're happy, I'm happy.
The best part is like I have not had any bets placed against me from you. So you are a gambling girl. I like it.
I like to live life on the edge. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the liveries for this year. I would like to see them all on track. Can't wait to see that. But
Yeah.
otherwise, head empty, no thoughts.
Head empty donuts. Okay, I have one more question. How many teams do you think will bring a special livery? And when they do bring that special livery, will they completely fail? Like the traditional saying
The
is when the
curse.
car brings it. Yeah, the
Yes.
curse.
McLaren for sure, special livery.
Will they
Uh,
fail?
for Silverstone, I think. Will
But
they
will they
fail?
fail?
I hope not,
I think they
but
will. I think
I
Lando
think they
will.
will.
I
Yeah.
think Lando will
Oh, I don't want Lando to
because
crash at Silverstone.
no, but I feel like it will because he he's so in his head about things and I feel like he's like the
Yeah.
spiritual person like us where he'll be like,
Superstitious.
oh yeah, like this curse, oh I can't, da, 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 and then I think it'll get into his head. But that's why.
Yeah. He probably wears the same pair of undies every race because he's like, these are my lucky undies. I can't not wear them. He's that type of person. Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
that's why I think it would get into his head and
Exactly.
he would mess up.
Williams for sure.
Yes.
And I can't wait. Because that's going to be stunning. Another golf livery. Mwah.
Yes. Yeah. Their four liveries last year were all beautiful.
All beautiful. I
They
can't wait to see what they have in store.
yes.
Mercedes,
And
no.
no, you don't think so?
No.
You don't
I want them to have a special livery for Lewis, but
yes.
and in Abu Dhabi. But I don't think it's going to happen because they're too superstitious about, like, they don't even wear Austrian clothes in Austria to honor Toto Wolff because of that one time that they did and everything just went to shit.
But I think if they do it at the last race, then it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
because, like,
What have they got
unless
to
he's,
lose?
I mean, maybe they have a
Then maybe the
championship to lose.
championship. Shit.
But if they don't have anything to lose, I think that it would be honestly kind of disrespectful not to pay tribute to the man that put them on the map. Like, let's be
Yeah,
honest. If Lewis didn't win all these championships, nobody would care about Mercedes.
exactly. They'd
So
still
I
be struggling like they were in 2012. What, when did Lewis win his first championship with them? 2013?
something like that, yeah, a long
Yeah.
time ago.
I
But I
mean,
I just
go
feel
ahead.
like they need to pay like it. I would be very like I would never support Mercedes if they didn't do something special for Lewis. And I feel like in my gut, they might not, and that makes me
Yeah,
very disappointed, but also confirms why he had to leave. Like
exactly.
it's like it's telling
It
us
shows how much
everything we
they
need to
value
know.
him. Yeah,
Yeah. And I feel like they should pay tribute to Lewis and Niki on a delivery. I think that would be beautiful.
that would be so
Um,
good.
and Nikki has the red
Red
star,
Star.
which would
Yeah,
also be funny because then they
yeah.
could make the car red and Lewis is going to Ferrari.
And then they could do like a black star on there. You never know. It would be
Yeah,
hilarious if they did do, because I mean, all they have a bit of red on the car already, the red
I know.
airbox and the red
Yes.
star. So why not
Yeah.
make the whole car red in tribute to Lewis going to Ferrari? Why not? I say.
uh, exactly. Wait, did you put a thumbs up on there?
Yeah, no, I didn't, but it like registered it. Oh my God.
What?
Okay. Oh my God.
What
Wow.
is this? We need to like, what? It's
What
not
is this
working for me.
magic? Damn.
Okay, Riverside.
I see you.
We need to read the how-to guide on this.
Yeah, I was not. I saw
Very
it and then I thought that maybe you didn't see it, and I was like, I'll just pretend it wasn't there.
amazing. Well, on that note, thank you
Yeah.
guys for coming to listen to us chat about the lovely black liveries with a little bit of color. Let us
Yes.
know which ones were your favorite, which ones you hate, which ones you didn't expect. And yeah, whatever else you
Yes.
guys want to tell us, we're down to
Exactly.
listen. We have
Always.
plenty of time.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to us yap, specifically me, because we all know that I love to yap. Yes.
I think I was
So
talking
yeah.
more this time though.
No, I love that. Let Casey speak because I never shut
I
up.
did I did have a little bit of energy drink today because I was feeling a bit tired. So
I
sorry
also had one
guys.
this morning. I haven't had
It
one
wasn't
today.
Red Bull though, because you
No,
know,
I'm a monster
I'm
girl.
loyal. I'm loyal.
Exactly. Monster, run me my money for saying that because.
Oh, we would love a brand endorsement,
Oh,
Monster.
absolutely. Especially Monster.
Yes, we
Oh,
love
look at
it.
that. We're yapping again.
All right. We will talk to you later. We hope you enjoyed this episode and let us know what you want us to talk about. I think I already said that, but you know.
Yes. Have a great week, everybody. We love you. Bye.